Hello, explorers. Are you ready for an amazing adventure into the world of plants? Today, we are going to learn all about the incredible journey a flowering plant takes. It's called a life cycle. A life cycle is like a story that goes around and around in a circle. It shows us how a plant starts its life, grows up, makes new plants, and then starts all over again. It's a never-ending story of nature. To understand this amazing journey, we'll use some special science words. We'll learn about germination, pollination, fertilization, and seed dispersal. Don't worry, they sound tricky, but I'll explain everything as we go. Let's get our magnifying glasses ready and dive in. Every single flowering plant you see, from a tiny daisy in the grass to a big, beautiful sunflower, has its own life cycle. It's the special set of instructions that tells the plant how to grow and what to do. Think of it like a recipe for making more plants. Each step in the recipe is super important. If one step is missed, the plant might not be able to make new seeds for the next generation. The life cycle ensures that there will always be more plants to grow, providing food for animals and making our world beautiful and green. It's a brilliant plan that nature has been using for a very, very long time. Now, did you know that not all plants live for the same amount of time? Some plants are called annuals. This means they live for just 1 year. Other plants are called perennials. Now that our plant has a beautiful flower, it's ready for the next magical step, pollination. Pollination is the process of moving pollen from one part of a flower to another, or from one flower to a different flower. So, what is pollen? Well, it's a special yellow powder made by the male part of the flower. For a new seed to be made, this pollen needs to travel to the female part of the flower. But how does it get there? It needs a helper. Busy bees, butterflies, other insects. They are called pollinators. When a bee lands on a flower to drink its sweet nectar, the sticky pollen gets stuck all over its fuzzy body. Then, when the bee flies to another flower, some of that pollen rubs off onto the new flower's female part, which is called the stigma. It's kind of like a special delivery service for plants. Wind can also be a pollinator for some plants, like grasses and many trees. The wind just blows the light pollen through the air, and with a bit of luck, it lands on the right kind of flower. Pollination is so important because without it, the plant can't make any seeds. Once the pollen has landed on the stigma, the next amazing process can begin. This is called fertilization. The pollen travels down a tiny tube from the stigma deep inside the flower to a part called the ovary. Inside the ovary are little ovules. When the pollen joins with an ovule, fertilization happens. This is the moment a new seed begins to form. It's a bit like mixing two ingredients to bake a cake. You need both pollen and an ovule to make a seed. It's a hidden secret process that happens right inside the flower. After fertilization, the flower's job is almost done. The colorful petals will start to wilt and fall off because they are no longer needed to attract pollinators. The plant now puts all its energy into the fertilized ovary. The plant has successfully made its seeds, but they can't just stay with their parent plant. If they all fell to the ground in the same spot, they would be too crowded. This is called seed dispersal, which just means spreading the seeds far and wide. Dandelion seeds with fluffy parachutes. Parachutes help them float away on the wind. Animals help with seed dispersal. Juicy blackberry, sweet strawberry. Birds and other animals eat the fruits and swallow the seeds. Later, the animal travels to a new place. The animal does a poo and the seeds come out, ready to grow in a brand new spot. Tiny hooks on seeds, spiky burrs that cling to fur. As they dry, they twist and twist until pop. Pods burst open, flinging pea seeds far away. Coconuts, giant seeds. Coconuts floating on the ocean for months. Coconuts washing up on a beach and starting to grow. These clever methods give each seed the best chance of finding a good place to live. And so our story comes full circle. A dispersed seed lands on the ground. It might wait for days, it might wait for weeks. It might wait for even years for the right conditions. It doesn't need light to germinate. It has its own food store inside. But it does need warmth, and it does need water. When the time is right, germination begins, and the entire life cycle starts all over again. This amazing circle ensures plant life can continue. It gives us air to breathe. It gives us food to eat. It gives us a beautiful world to explore. It's nature's perfect, never-ending story.